Now, an update to a story we first brought you last month. A Burlington man remains detained in the Dominican Republic under deeply troubling circumstances. David Bennett was arrested at the Punta Cana airport after authorities linked him to a bag of drugs, a bag his family insists wasn't his. The charges have since been dropped, but David still isn't allowed to come home. What was meant to be a peaceful vacation has turned into a 2-month ordeal. David Bennett is still stuck in the Dominican Republic despite the fact that all criminal charges against him have been dropped.
We're struggling. It's been really tough.
David was arrested on March 7th after airport security flagged a suspicious bag, tagged with a misspelled version of his name, Davy Bennett, instead of David. Despite the couple's insistence that the bag wasn't theirs, David was charged with drug trafficking and jailed.
Dave has suffered some real substantial emotional and psychological distress as a result of this situation. It's been very difficult on him.
Weeks later, with the help of a local legal team, those charges were dropped. But David still can't leave the Dominican Republic until the court formally processes the withdrawal, a process that is currently stuck in a backlog.
This is something that I would think Canadian citizens generally would hope that their consular officials would assist with in communicating the status of a Canadian citizen who's being wrongfully restricted, or at least had been wrongfully detained and is now being restricted from departing that jurisdiction.
The family says they've reached out to the Canadian Embassy and Global Affairs Canada, but the response, they say, has been minimal. David's wife, Jane, is now calling for systemic change, so no other Canadian family has to endure what hers has. Weeks of uncertainty, and she says a lack of communication.
We feel like we're getting all these canned responses that, pull out a template and respond when someone's in trouble. And it just doesn't feel genuine. Each case is going to be different. Each case is going to be individual. And we recognize that, Canadian officials can't interfere with investigations. Like, we recognize that, but they can provide real, decent support that is meaningful and helpful. It just seems like it's just going through the motions.